Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I will show you how to crochet this Tulip Keychain. If you are new here, I'm sharing easy crochet tutorials every week. Please subscribe and turn on notification. Now let's begin. These are materials we'll be using. So we will start from the leaves and we will do 2 of them. Here we find green yarn and start with a double knot. You can also work a normal magic ring here if it's too difficult. Now we insert the hook and chain 1 as the turning chain. Do not count as a stitch. Then we do 6 single crochet in the circle. Here we go 1, now the second single crochet, and the third single crochet. You can pause here to finish 6. Now we have 6, we'll then close the circle. We'll pull through the tail, and we find one of the yarn is moving. We'll then pull through the moving yarn to close the circle. Now we pull through the tail again. In this way, the circle is super tight. Here we do a slip stitch through the first space to close this round. Every time we close a round, we do this. Here we can pull through the yarn to minimize the slip stitch, because in the future we won't work here. Then we chain 1 to start round 2. At round 2, we firstly do 1 single crochet in the first space. We can hide the tail while moving on. Then we do an increase in the next space, which means we do 2 single crochet here. So that's the pattern of this round. Every time we do 1 single crochet and then 1 increase. We repeat 3 times. By the end of this round, we will have 9 stitches. Here, 1 increase in the next space. Here we come to the end of round 2. We still do a slip stitch to close this round. Every time we close a round, we do a slip stitch and then we chain 1 to start next round. Do not count this chain as a stitch. At round 3, in the first 2 spaces, we do 1 single crochet in each space. Then we do an increase in the third space, so that's the pattern of round 3. 2 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat 3 times. Now we come to the end of round 3. Here we need to turn the inside out and then continue to do 1 slip stitch to close this round. Then we chain 1 to start round 4. Every time we start a new round, we chain 1. Round 4 following a similar pattern. Round 5 and round 6, we just work 1 single crochet in each space. Here we got 6 rounds. Our work should now look like this. We still work a slip stitch to close this round, and then chain 1 to start round 7. We will start to decrease from round 7. At round 7, we first do 3 single crochet in the first 3 spaces. Then we do 1 decrease through the next 2 spaces, so we combine 2 stitches together. So we insert the hook through the half side stitches of the next 2 spaces. Then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, so that's a decrease. Here we repeat 1 more time, so we do 1 single crochet in the next space, then 2 more single crochet in the next 2 spaces. Now 1 decrease through the next 2 stitches. You can pause here now to finish this round. Here we finish round 7 and chain 1 to start round 8. At round 8, we do 2 single crochet, then 1 decrease, and repeat 3 times. By end of this round, we will have 9 stitches. Here we come to the end of round 9, we still do a slip stitch to close this round. Then we cut off the yarn and leave a long tail about 30 centimeters long. Here we can insert a little bit of fillings, not too much. So 1 leaf done, and we need 2 leaves for 1 flower. In this part we'll do the floral stem, and it follows a similar pattern as the previous part. You can just follow the pattern on the screen to finish this flower stem, and we need 1 stem for 1 flower. Before cut off the yarn, remember to leave a long tail about 30 centimeters long. In this part, we'll do the flower, and the result will look like this. Here we find yellow yarn and start with a slip knot. Here we got our slip knot. Do not count this as a stitch. Then we work 9 chains. Here we find the second stitch from the hook and work 1 single crochet. Here we can put a marker to mark our first single crochet. Then we continue to work 1 single crochet in each space, and we do 6 more single crochet. Here we got 7. Before moving on, we can put a marker in the second space in the other side, so that it's easier for us to find this stitch in the future. Now we continue to finish our last stitch. We do 3 single crochet in the last space. Now we finished 3 single crochet and move to the other side. And we will start to work from this marked space, which is the second space of this side. Here we still do 1 single crochet in each space. While moving on, we can head the tail, and we do 6 single crochet. Now the second single crochet. Then our third single crochet. You can pause here now to finish 6 single crochet. Here we finished 6 and got 1 space left. We do 1 single crochet increase in this last space, which means we do 2 single crochet here. So here we come to the end of round 1. Now you should have 12 stitches. Here we remove the marker and still do a slip stitch through the first space to close this round. Then we still chain 1 to start next round. Do not count this chain as a stitch. Now we start to work round 2. We do 1 single crochet increase in the first space, which means we do 2 single crochet in the first space. Put a marker here if you are a beginner. Now another single crochet in the first space. From the next space, we do 1 single crochet in each space, and we do 6 single crochet. Now we finished 6 and come to the other end. We do 1 single crochet increase from the next space, and we repeat to do 3 increase. So here we finished our first increase. Now the second increase in the second space. Then our third increase. And we come to the other side. We still do 1 single crochet in each space and we do 6 single crochet. Here we finished 6 and got 2 spaces left. We do 1 single crochet increase in each space. Here we come to the end of round 2. We still do a slip stitch through the first space to close this round, and then chain 1 to start round 3. And now you should have 24 stitches. You can pause here to have a check how many stitches you are having now. At round 3, we first do 1 single crochet in the first space. Then we do 1 increase in the second space. From the next space, we do 1 single crochet in each space and we do 6. Now we finish the 6 and come to the other end. In this part, we first do 1 single crochet and then we do 1 increase, so we repeat 3 times. Here we come to the other side. We can now pause here to follow the pattern on the screen to finish this round. And now you should have 30 stitches. You can pause here now to finish round 4 to round 11. After finishing round 11, your work should look like this. Here we will do an invisible slip stitch to close this round. Now we can cut off the yarn. Now we move the yarn through the first stitch of this round with our hook. Now we move the yarn again through the inside half side stitch of the last stitch. So here we got an invisible slip stitch to close this round. Now we move the yarn several times through any stitch of the inside of the work to hide the tail. So here we finished the bottom of this flower. Then we will do the 3 petals. From here, we will do 3 petals of this flower. We will need to put some markers. Each small petal will occupy 14 stitches and large occupy 18 stitches. So here, before moving on, we put some markers here to help us locate each petal. Firstly, we put a marker in the rightmost stitch of this side. Then, from this marker, we find the 7th stitch of this side and put a marker. Be careful here, do not count the slip stitch as 1 stitch. Now move to the other side. From the next space, after the marker, we find 7 and put another marker. Here from the pink marker, include the pink marker, we count 9 stitches and put another marker, which is the red marker here. Same as the other side, so from the yellow marker is 1, then we count 9 and put the blue marker. Finally, we should have 14 stitches left on the other side. These 14 stitches include the 2 marked stitches, which means here from the red marker to the blue marker, include these markers, there should be 14 stitches. Now we start to work our first small petal on the right side. Insert the hook into the rightmost stitch and connect the yarn. Here we chain 1 and do not count this as a stitch. Now I do 1 single crochet in the current space. Then we continue to do 13 more single crochet in this round. So by end of this round, we still have 14 stitches. We do 1 single crochet in each space and make it a round. Now the 5th single crochet and the 6th single crochet. Here we come to the marker, which is our 7th single crochet. Now we move to the other side and continue to work 1 single crochet in the next marked space, which is the yellow marker here. Try not to remove any marker because we still need these markers to locate our large petal. So this will be our 8th single crochet of this round. Now the 9th single crochet, 10th single crochet. Here we finished the 14 single crochet. We still do a slip stitch to close this round and then chain 1 to start round 2. At round 2, we first do 1 single crochet in the current space. Now another single crochet next. Then we do an increase in the 3rd space. Then from the next space, we do 3 single crochet and then 1 increase. So that's the pattern of this round. Here we come to the end. Now you should have 18 stitches. We still do a slip stitch to close this round and chain 1 to start next round. At round 3 and round 4, we do decrease. You can pause here until finish round 4. Now we come to the end of round 4 and still do a slip stitch to close round 4. Here leave a long tail about 10 centimeters long and cut off the yarn. So here we finished our first small petal. We'll close the last round in the end. Now just leave it here. Now we'll do our middle petal, which is our large petal, and this one occupies 18 stitches. Here we connect the yarn through this marked space. Here we still chain 1 as the turning chain, do not count it as a stitch. Then we do 1 single crochet in the current space. Then from the next space we do 1 single crochet in each space. This part is the same as what we do the first round in the small petal. Now we finished the 9 single crochet and we will continue to move to the other side and work 9 more single crochet. Here we finished the 17th single crochet and come to the last one. So we remove the marker and do our 18th single crochet of this round, which is the last one of this round. Here we continue to do 1 single crochet through the first space of this round to close this round and chain 1 to start round 2. From round 2 to round 3, we do 1 single crochet in each space. You can pause here now until finish round 3. Here we finish round 3 and we will need to insert some fillings. Here be sure to insert some fillings into the small petal we just finished. Then we continue to finish round 4 and round 5. Here we finish round 5, still leave a long tail about 10 centimeters long and cut off the yarn. So this is our large petal. Finally, you can finish the other small petal following the same pattern on the screen. Finally, we do some chains to make it a keychain. Here you just do any length you need. Now we take some knots at the end and connect it to the big petal of the flower. Finally, we close the last round of this big petal. So we move the yarn through the half side stitch of each space. And we move the yarn all around the last round. After moving 6 times, we pull through the yarn to close it as tight as we can. Then we head the tail several times through the flower. We close the end of the small petal the same way. So we still move the yarn through the half side stitch of the last round. And finally pull through the tail as tight as we can to close the round. Now we assemble everything. Done!